is kinda tilted. The foundation is strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
Introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Oh, we live.
Live.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. You've tuned into Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very cute girlfriend. She a very good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. Of course, I want to take this opportunity to say welcome and thank you to those of you who are going to join us on the replay. One time on the replay. We really appreciate your support, and we hope you enjoy this barn burner of a conversation we have in store for you. Of course, we want to go ahead and familiarize you all with what's going to happen on tonight's show. Of course, we are going to have an amazing conversation with one of the flyest guests ever. Y'all already saw the flyers circulating. I'm going to go ahead and give my super fan shout out. Oh, and we're going to go ahead and get into it, our guest interview. We're going to have a wonderful swag-tastic music break on tonight. I might get a little petty. I don't know. It all depends on where the conversation with tonight's guest goes, because you know I always have so very, very much to say. And of course, we are going to get into it, that wonderful roundtable conversation that you all have come to know, expect, and enjoy. What's really going on? So check it out. I got to rewind it back because it's a little cold outside. And, you know, we got a guest and she might actually be approaching the porch, and we don't want to leave her out there because this level of cold could leave all that beautiful melanin a little bit ashy. And, you know, Jesus didn't die for us to be ashy, Aaron. No, he did not. He provided us with cocoa butter, shea butter, all the good things.
Glory, I felt that.
So that we could represent him with all of the shine available. So I got to ask you, Karen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I am. I'm doing very well. You know, we got some shenanigans down here. It's they trying to make it snowmageddon down here, right? For all of those folks who decided they wanted one good snow, the snow that we had a couple of weeks ago. This is what I tell people. Right, Tilted? Don't start nothing. Why? Because when it be something, you ain't going to be ready for it. So we are preparing for, I believe, 4 to 6 inches of snow. They don't know what to do with that. So you know where I'm going to be? In the house. In the house. Catching up on all of the binge shows, because where you ain't going to find me. You will not find me outside with these non-driving people on these streets that ain't ready. I try to remind them, go to where the snow is. Why? Because it's for your own good. It's for your own safety. Now y'all got to worry about roads, people buying too much at the grocery store. I had about 3 people tell me they had to run to the grocery store on the way home. What for? What for? Y'all got the eggs. You should already have the milk. You should have had the bread. What y'all going for? Like, okay, ice cream, good snacks. We just had the Super Bowl. Somebody got leftover snacks at the house.
Somebody got something.
I got leftover snacks. So when they said, are you going to need to go to the supermarket? You know my line. You stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready. They're not going to have what you're looking for this week. Why? Because we done bought it all last week for the Super Bowl. So now you're going to be in the house without the necessary staples. But you know what we're going to be doing over here in the Harrow house? Big back snacking.
Big back snacking. Okay, you know I'm about that big back behavior, girl. You know I'm about one of the principal members of the big back community.
Big
Okay.
bag snacking going on over here
All
for the
right.
next 2 days until they get it together. Now, maybe on Thursday we'll go outside, but that's what's going on. We preparing for Snowmageddon down here in North Carolina and gonna try to figure out what the people gonna do. Yeah.
What do people say?
What the
Uh-huh.
people gonna do? I
They
don't know.
gonna
I don't know. So we're gonna see if they make it. That's
All
what we're
right. I pray they make it, many of them make it without incident, because people do get scared when they driving in unfamiliar terrain. Let me go ahead and share with y'all a little bit of how I'm doing. I'm doing all right because,
Yes.
I've just been chilling. I enjoyed an extended weekend. I got an opportunity to actually lay it down and rest. And that's one of my other theme songs. I'm finna go lay down, go lay down, go lay down. Yes, more often than not, when y'all don't see me out here in these Lehigh Valley streets or wherever I am out upon the Farth, I am somewhere laying it down, because wisdom speaks, and it often reminds me that I am a queen ager, and
Yes.
honor myself by resting so I can properly regenerate and keep this melanin popping.
Love it.
Heard? So look, I think I see somebody approaching the porch.
I know.
We still have a little sunlight left. I think I see a little bit of a shadow, and we got to rely on our home training, because some of the church mothers might come for us.
That is true.
They're not absolutely hospitable to our guests. So I
Yes.
got to go ahead and get into tonight's super fan shout out. And then we're going to go ahead and do a brief intro and bring our guest into the room. All right. Can I get that drum roll, Karen?
You know it.
Voila. So check it out. Lend me your ear, friends and countrymen. Lend me your ear. Tonight's super fan shout out goes to someone who is so absolutely dear to our heart. I just can't be selfish. And y'all heard me throw her name out. Y'all heard Karen throw her name out. And the last time I checked, she had been endowed with the title pastor. That's right. Pastor Kiana Cox Jones is tonight's super fan shout out.
Good stuff.
I gotta go ahead and show our girl continual love on tonight, because she stay with big things popping, Holy Spirit dropping.
Hey,
that's what our
magic.
sister does.
The
And
magic.
I'm excited about what she is getting ready to put down all up and through these Lehigh Valley streets. But this is our show. We can do what we want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly this up here. All right. Now I don't have a problem referring to Kiana as Pastor Kiana, because I promise you, sister friend just held on to us. And then I got to transition this to me. She held on to me when I didn't even know that I was living my purpose, but she reminded me of several things that have actually led me to this table today. So tonight, I'm sharing with you all that she has written an original play, as you see it there on the screen, and it is titled Magic. That's right, Magic, the stage play. It's actually debuting here in the Lehigh Valley at the Touchstone Theater, and it's playing February 20th through the 23rd. And I just want to go ahead and read a little bit of something from the incomparable Pastor Kiana Cox Jones regarding the play Magic. Magic is more than just a play. It's a love letter to Black women and the little girls in our lives, around us, and within us. It's a celebration of resilience, healing, and the powerful voices we carry through generations. At its core, Magic tells the story of a young girl who wakes up with no memory of who she is and embarks on a journey to rediscover her identity and reclaim her voice. While deeply rooted in honoring Black women, its themes of self-discovery and empowerment resonate universally, touching the soul of anyone who experiences it. This production is an invitation to reflect on our shared humanity, to celebrate the beauty of finding one's voice, and to embrace the magic we all carry within. Now, I hope y'all carry your hind parts on over there for this transformative and restorative theater experience with the stage play Magic. And if I must go ahead and share, she's also hosting a listening session at 1 p.m. Uh, before this Saturday's show. So if you all were gone over there to the website that you see posted up on the screen, go ahead and purchase your tickets. I see that Keisha Bonnell, last week's guest, hey, Miss Keisha, she's rallying up a group of women to go out and participate in the listening session before they go ahead and enjoy Magic, the stage play. We are uber proud of you, Kiana. And you already know what it is. Me and you, us never part. Maki da da. Keep my sister away from me. Ain't no distance, ain't no sea where we will ever forget or neglect to share our love for you and all that you continue to do for the creative and restorative arts community, Kiana. We love you, girl. So check it out. Let me go ahead and transition. All right. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited about tonight's guest. Uh-oh, there she is. I guess I'm right on time. I guess I'm right on time. Years ago, I had the awesome privilege of making Queen Mimi. I'm called her Queen Mimi, okay? Even though her mama named her Naleema Ross, that's her government name, but I love to refer to her as Queen Mimi. Years ago, when she and I were out here trying to figure things out and how to navigate our dreams here in the Lehigh Valley Creative Arts streets, we actually had the pleasure of doing a video shoot together, playing some of the background of some fabulous people for a wonderful jazz artist at the time. Yes, I went down memory lane and was scrolling through some of the photos, and I decided not to post the photo that I ran up on because my wig was crooked at the time and didn't nobody tell me. Okay. Yeah, my wig was crooked, y'all. Y'all know I don't have a problem clowning myself. But to see how we managed to navigate and take the reins of our creative journeys and to see where we all are now, upwards of what, 10 years later? Queen Mimi is out here slaying runways everywhere. And not only is she out here slaying runways everywhere, baby, she done messed around and became a whole published author. So I'm very excited to invite her on into the studio. Let her in, Karen, let her in. Hey, beautiful. How you doing tonight, Queen? Welcome to Unhinged Live.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I am so happy to be here. Oh, you can see my smile on my face.
You so
I'm
cute,
cheesing
girl.
from ear to ear.
You are so cute, girl. And thank you so much for making the wise decision to come on over here and chop it up with the ladies here, Karen and myself here at Unhinged Live. And thank you to everyone who is tuning in. I see the comment street is lit already.
Oh.
I'm like, Lord, is that Lord? Okay, listen, y'all go ahead and get it in the comments because you know we do love to interact. And if you have any questions, post them. You never know. We might tap you in tonight to tonight's conversation. So I want to go ahead and get it started with the first question that I would have for you on this evening.
Okay.
So my first question is, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Where'd you grow up?
Oh.
Do you have any children?
Okay, so I was born in Texas, Fort Hood, Texas. My father was in the Army, so I was born in the Army base. And then my grandmother lived in New York. She had a house in New York. So when my mother and father was traveling, I would stay with her in New York. So my parents end up getting divorced. I'm probably about 7 years old. I end up staying in New York. And then my mom is kind of like a gypsy. I don't know if she's going to kill me by saying that. My mom loves to move around. She doesn't like to stay in the same area. So I lived all over New York, in Queens. Then my mom got remarried. We moved to New Jersey. Then they decided they wanted a better life for us. We came to the Poconos. That's where I went to high school at. I graduated at East Stroudsburg High School. And then I stayed in the Poconos. I had three children. I have three boys. My oldest is 30. My youngest is, don't kill me, Tariq. I believe you just turned 28. His birthday was February 6th. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Um, and then I ended up moving to the Lehigh Valley because my mom, when my stepfather died, she was by herself. She came back. She remarried again. My mom loves getting married. She thinks she's what's her name, Elizabeth Taylor. She loves to be married. I think she's working on a fourth marriage. Who knows? But then she came back, and then she didn't like the Poconos. She said it was too much snow. She ended up getting a house here in Lehigh Valley. I came with her and my children. Lo and behold, we have snow here. But it was actually a good transition for me from growing up in the Poconos. I kind of was, I'm not going to go into, I was kind of like a wild child. I have a wild streak in me. So me moving to Lehigh Valley, it kind of made me focus more on what my dreams, what I wanted to do in life, and kind of a way to start over. So that's kind of a little bit why I ended up here in Allentown.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful stuff. And, I'm sure Karen can attest to this. I personally have referred to the Lehigh Valley as an oasis uh,
Yeah.
for myself, because this is where I find myself establishing myself in my own dreams, much
Mhm.
like you said yourself. Um, Now we got to get into this wonderful book project that you got out here
Mhm.
circulating around the world. You, yes, that is put that up there again. That's right. That is the
Yes,
most
Mimi's
fabulous.
closet.
Yes,
Mimi's
Mimi's
closet.
closet.
love it.
It's
Now
my baby.
I know that's right. Rock that baby, girl. Hold it and rock it.
It's my baby. I love it. I love it.
So I
I can't
gotta
believe
ask
this
you.
this actually came true. So it's a little I'm a little still bedazzled by it.
I love it.
Well, you listen, this is all you. So I got a little bit of a cheat sheet on this because I got to hear you talk about this a few weeks ago. So
Uh-huh.
my question regarding the book for you would be what inspired you to write Mimi's Closet? And can you tell us a little bit more about the character of Mimi and her journey in the book?
Yes. So I went back to school after 20 years. I got my associate's degree. So in one of my classes, it was a creative writing class. And I started to write a story about little Mimi. And my teacher read it and she kind of was like, you need to go ahead and keep going with it. And I was like, she's like, I think this might be a book. So literally, I'm at work, I'm at my desk, I look at the story. Every day, it seems like it just came to me. I just started writing, started writing, started writing, started writing. And the story basically is about me, little Mimi. And it kind of took me back because how can I say, me becoming the woman I am is from this little Mimi. So she's a little girl who loves fashion. She loves her closet. She loves her clothes and her accessories. But her mother doesn't want her to become too materialistic. Long behold. And she plays so much time in her closet instead of going out and being with other people and other children. So it's kind of like her mother go to war. One day she comes home, her mom takes all her stuff out the closet. And she's like, Mommy, Mommy, we've been robbed. Mom is like, no, we haven't been robbed. I just took your clothes out and I'm going to give you clothes every day to wear going to school. Now, me growing up, I picked out my own outfits. I styled myself. I remember a girl told me one time in school, you come to school every day like it's a fashion show. I said, baby, yes, it is. It's a fashion show with me. So this made little Mimi sad. And I kind of went to war and I was like, you know what? I'm not going outside. I'm not going to do what my mom said. But I was sad because I didn't have my clothes. I didn't have my things, the things that kind of that made me. And the thing is, about it wasn't that it's so much made me, because they are materialistic things. Some of my fashion, like I would tell people, I knew about Chanel. So if I knew about Christian Dior. So if I put a certain outfit on, I'll think I'm in France. I'll think I'm in Japan. I also was a girl who wanted to see the world. And so her and her mom does come to a little compromise. She invites friends over to Mimi to play in Mimi's closet. First, I'm a little scared because a lot of kids didn't understand the kind of person I was, and I was always scared of that. And a lot of little girls I was scared of them not to get it. But in the book, the girls love it. They have a play date. They come play in my closet. We dress each other up. The next day I come home, my mom is like, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to my friend's house." And she's like, "You're finally going?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go play in her closet." So we both, it was about that I had to be able to open myself to others, to allow people to basically accept me for who I am. And actually growing up as, like, as a young, a black woman, a black girl, I felt that they felt like fashion, models was mostly, we had Beverly Johnson, we had Naomi Campbell, but we didn't have a lot of African American models. And for me, those were my mentors. Those are people that I looked up to. I can love fashion just as much as any other cultures as well. And I want other little girls to take that from this book. It's okay to be fancy. It's okay to be bougie, but also to understand those are to be in within yourself, to let that just be like something that embraces you. And that's something that just embraces me, because my fashion, I mean, I always tell people I can make a plastic bag look good because it's me. It's me. It's me. It's my zen. It's my positivity coming through it. It's how I treat others. It's how, my positivity that I bring to others. And that shows definitely through with my fashion. But fashion is you. It's a statement. Your hair, it's you. It's a statement. So that's basically what Mimi's Closet's about. And Mimi Closet is going to be a series. So I am working on the second book as well, because Mimi's going to do some traveling.
Hey, hey, hey. I know that's right. You want to get in on this conversation, Karen?
I'm excited about just how excited you are for this book,
Yes.
and really how it started, right? Like, not,
Yes.
it
Just from
just
a
was like
story.
from a story. And can you share a little bit about how the support of that teacher slash mentor, and them pushing you along, how did that impact you, and kind of shape your thought about, as you like, I am overwhelmed with your excitement of, I can't
Mhm.
even believe that this is happening right now. But talk to us a little bit about that connection and how that support from somebody believing in you kind of impacted you to keep going with this process too.
It meant so much to me, because me actually going back to college, after 20 years, that was a lot. Um, it meant as much for me that someone believed in me, that I can do this, that they see myself as an author. And then when I was at work, because I'm an optician, that's what I do for a living. Um, my coworkers, I had them read over the book, to look over it, to see what they think, to check any editing errors. So I have to give a shout out to Brenda, Crystal, and Molly, because they did that for me, and they loved the story.
Love it.
And so I had people who believed in me, believe that, Mimi, you can do this. You got this. You can make this. You can bring Mimi to a book. You can bring Mimi on pages. You can bring little Mimi alive. And so just that, I give a shout out to all teachers, because teachers, professors, because definitely they mean, they are the ones who do shape us, and they can shape you from young or old. I mean, I'm a 46-year-old woman, and that, yes, and so coming from, that's
Get
right.
it.
I'm still rocking it, and I'm loving
Yes.
that. I'm loving that. And so from us going to from a kindergarten, from where they shape us to now, of me going back to school to where they shaped me, it's just they're just a blessing.
Love
So
it.
it was a blessing to have people who were in my corner and who believed in me, and my family as well, because I shared it with them. And my mom is in the book. So that was something else that was so special to me, that I get to share this experience with her as well.
Love it. So now, what message do you hope like young readers are going to take away from Mimi's story?
First, I hope they're gonna take away to have a good fashion sense, of course. But more than anything, that to always trust and believe in you, and to believe in yourself, and accept you for you.
Loved
And it's
it.
okay to go out and to show the person that you are. I love all different styles. I dressed all different eras. I wore grunge clothes. I wore party type girl clothes with the big shoes. I still love my platforms. I tried all different styles, and I love that. And I love how to see different people even in cosplay. I love that how people, they embrace, different characters, different stories. And long as you're not hurting nobody and it makes you happy, go for it,
Love it.
100%. And I want little black girls definitely to understand that. Like, we are fashionistas too. Okay?
Love
We
it.
have put a dent in fashion in this world. And I want that definitely to come across, and for all different cultures, as well, just for little girls, just to have fun. And it's okay to have fun. If one girl, if she doesn't like it, that's okay.
Right.
You'll have another little friend who's going to want to come play with you in your closet for fashion. It's all right, but always stick by who the person that you are.
I love it. I love it. Now I gotta ask a little follow up because you
Yeah.
sort of leading me down this path, Queen Mimi.
Go ahead.
So, can we expect some fashion tips or different advice in the book that you are sharing with young readers who might not know, right? So we don't all have the blessing to know. Okay, like there's somebody in our family who's got that fashion sense.
Okay.
Will our young readers kind of get some tips and advice in reading the book that might lead them on their fashion journey?
Yes. So basically, in my closet, how I describe in the book. So I kind of describe when I put a beret on. I have imagination that I'm having coffee, or I'm at a cafe in France. When I have a little kimono on, it takes me to Japan. I think of the cherry blossom trees. So it kind of gives you a different way how you can relate different fashion and different cultures and where it came from. So I think going forward with the other book, I'm gonna take her in different places. So I
Love
want to
it.
do Mimi. I had the opportunity to go to Italy twice with one of my friends, Courtney. Hi, Courtney, I love you, and I'm so blessed for that because I always wanted to go to Italy. Whatever you want to do, speak it out to the universe, and it will come. And
Amen.
just so happened, my friend made this trip happen. So I would love to do Mimi now. Mimi Closet. Mimi's in Italy. Her little closet takes her to Italy. She gets to see the different fashions that's in Milan, the different things. So I hope I can be, a little teaching area for fashion as well. And as the series goes on, I'll be able to do that.
I love that. That is so excited. Listen, we often tell our listeners, grab your passports because you never know
Yes.
where we might be going on each of our episodes. And we are definitely grabbing our tilted passports today as you take us on this Mimi's Closet journey. So
Journey.
it's so exciting. First of all, I love the illustration, right? I love the pop-up corner.
Yes.
It draws you right in to see. And can I just say this, how professional it is, right? Because you could have just put anything together. Slap a name on
Thank
it, no
you.
picture, no illustration. But even as you were opening the book to be able to see, like, you can literally say that this is your baby
Yes.
because we see the love,
The
the
illustration is
dedication. Look at all of
gorgeous.
that. Like this girl, Queen Mimi, that's
Look
a
at
book.
Mimi. Look
That's
at
a
her. Look at her
book.
closet. Look at that. Look at my mom.
I love it.
Yes. I
I
worked on a whole year for this.
love
And
it.
the illustrator, he's actually from West Africa. And every time he would send me something, I had to approve it. If I didn't like it, we went back and worked on it. So I took my time.
I
As
love
I
it.
said, this was like I was like pregnant with my book.
I love it. And
I was pregnant with my book.
the
And
reason why I'm digging into that, Queen Mimi, is because we've got aspiring authors that are a part of our audience, right?
yes.
And a lot of this we hear, you know, oh, you could do it this way, you can do it that way. But to hear the steps that you took, right? To
Yeah.
hear that you took your time, because a lot of times in our microwave society, we want to get a book out, right? We hear ebooks, yeah, those are good, right? So if y'all trying to write an ebook, go ahead and get that. But then there are some projects that's gonna take some time to
Yes.
dig into. So I gotta ask you, as the year was progressing, right? What kept you motivated to say, I'm gonna keep on going. I know I'm on the right track, and I am not gonna stop until I birth this baby, right?
So basically the writing part came to me, just came, and that came more than easy. So then I was like, what do I do with this? I didn't know where to do, how to get it published, anything. So I started Google everything. So I found a publisher and I sent it to them, and they said, yeah, we love the book. I said, okay. They was like, well, you have to put up 10 grand for it. I said, 10 grand. Then they wanted a certain percentage from the book when it started selling. I said, oh my God. So that kind of gave me a setback. And then what I did was I prayed. I prayed to God. Literally, I said, God, you know, if this is the journey you want me to take, if this is what you want me to do, please show me how I can make this happen. I ended up meeting another young gentleman, and he put me on to the lady, Joanna Sparrow. She's the one who helped me get this published for not even that price. I think it was the whole thing. I'd say it was probably 2,000 with the illustrator and
Beautiful.
everything.
Beautiful.
I said, you know what? And she said, you know what, Mimi, you can make payments for this within a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
You know,
said,
that's
then
the God journey right
God,
there.
that's what he wanted. And she worked with me every step of the way. Even when it came out, she did a blast marketing for me, a blast promotion for me. She got it on Amazon for me. She got it on all the Barnes and Noble, wherever you can buy books at. It was that that was that's why I know from with God, okay, this is the journey where I want to take. So basically, all of this is me of being a self-publisher, and everything royalty comes to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, but a beautiful
Yeah.
story about how folks have rallied around, right? And how you took the time to pray,
Yes.
seek direction. And I mean, you could not get better than that, right? So
Yes. Take
we
your
know,
time.
yes,
Hey, and I have to, because I'm not a patient person. But I
I
had
love
to.
it.
I'm not a patient person. I'm working on. That's one thing I'm working with God. But this right here, because I wanted it to be so correct. And he kept saying, Mimi, take your time. Take your time. You have so many things, and I do so many other things. He was like, take it. And that was in my head, take your time. And I took my time. And there's so many other avenues. There's so many ways that you can self-publish your book now. And I'm learning that even for myself. After me getting the book out, I started getting more into Googling things, more into, and people send you stuff once your book is out. But you need to take your time and do your research. I mean, you get the first person that say, here, give me $10,000. We're going to do this. Wait a minute. Let me
Yes,
Google. Let me find, let me do my research. Don't go with the first person that says yes. It's okay to say, I'll get back to you.
that's a good
It
Absolutely.
thing.
really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, I hope those of you who are listening in, much like ourselves, we already know it's been revealed that Mimi's Closet, the book, is actually about our guest tonight in her childhood up and coming
Yes.
up, playing in her own closet, being all fabulous. Now,
Yes.
when you made mention of wearing your kimono, in my head, I said, Kenichi, wow. Anyway, I want to go ahead and turn the conversation with you a little bit, because what many may not know about you is you are a well celebrated fashion model.
Oh,
And as I was preparing tonight's conversation, I was trying to remember all of the titles that you have been graced with so I can share them with our listening audience. So,
yes.
can you tell me which crown are you wearing tonight, Queen? Because it's a lot
Oh,
of which crown?
so currently I am Miss Curvy New York. That's my crown as now, but I have won several crowns. So that's really how I got back into the modeling business at 39 years old. I entered a pageant, Miss Lehigh Valley Fashion Week, as one of the plus size models. And I won by one of our good friends, Cerise. She was CEO of it, and I won. And that kind of took me, I didn't just win and say, you know what, I got a crown, let me put my crown up. I ran with it. I started going to do different events and stuff in New York. I started meeting other people. And then I ended up meeting my manager at the time, Andrew Williams. And then she said, why don't you enter Miss Full Figure USA, the exquisite division that's for models that's basically 39 and up. And it's a full figures, a plus size agency of all different sizes of models. So I entered. And this is from Teresa Randall, who I love. She is my, I guess, queen mother, I call her. And I was like, wait a minute, I could win another title in the same year. I did. So I was crowned Miss Exquisite Full Figure 2018. Then I went on. I met another gentleman who was doing a whole, it was on a boat trip where it was for Global Star. And I was the only African American person actually that even entered the contest. And it actually, we went on a trip all around Mexico. So we had seminars, we had different classes, then we had competitions. So, and I was the only plus size model as well. And I was the only oldest model competing against so many other younger models. I ended up winning first place for improv, and then I won Global Star Model of the Year. So
Yes.
this journey has taken me just from the first crown. It has taken me so many avenues. I end up doing acting. I end up being on FBI on CBS. I end up doing web series, which I have one now that's out, Stages. Also Jordan River. Uh, and that was probably one of my big acting moment because I played a model of a son who was homeless, who was going through COVID, who was also a transsexual as well. And that was a powerful part because I was a pastor's wife, and my husband didn't accept it. So you need to check that out. It's called Jordan's River. It's a really good story. It's a web series. So it has led me to do so many different things. I modeled for It's. I had a campaign for It's Cosmetics. I get to go to New York to see everybody who works for L'Oreal to do my hair and makeup. Things that I wouldn't imagine. I even did a hair editorial right now. If you some places that if you go to cosmetology, my haircut is in the book. So it's so many things that I have. I'm I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful. But I always feel that there's so much more that I want to do. Because I have a certain point where I say that I really made it. And I hate to say I'm grateful and honored, but I feel I have not made it yet, if that makes sense.
Still got work
So
to do. Beautiful.
yeah. And now I'm working more. I still model. I'm still a full figure model. I'm a mature model. Mimi's Closet is going to be so much more than just a book. As I said, it's a brand. So I started my own business now. I'm taking my closet and people can shop in my closet. And I'm loving that because everybody will say, where you get that piece from? Where did you get that from? I want that piece. Now you can buy it. Normally I wear things one time. So sometimes I don't wear things at all because I have so much fashion, especially from doing fashion show, doing magazine shoots. I have been publicized in several magazines. You know, I get so many things from designers. So now Mimi's Closet is going to be also Mimi's Closet. You can shop with Mimi.
Yes, you
And
can. Oh, look,
yes, and
listen, I
yes,
hate to
yes,
cut you
yes.
off
I
because you know I
forget
got
with
to
the
get to sharing. I
style.
got to get to
My
sharing.
loving Miss Nikita, and I can't wait till
Listen,
I see the outfit on her.
listen,
Karen, you're
listen.
next.
Listen, okay, let me talk to y'all about Mimi's Closet. Again, we had the awesome pleasure of attending a networking event together a couple of weeks ago. And of course, I ran into my girlfriend here and I saw her rack. So, because I trust her fashion styling, I just went on over there and said, Hey, what do you see me wearing? And I, before I could even ask, really get the question all the way up out my mouth, sis was coming around the rack with two different garments, and she had pulled that she saw just for me. And long and the short of it is, baby, I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. Because,
I love that.
baby, let me tell you something. I had to send you a message, as you already know. I had to send Queen Mimi a message, y'all, about this here dress that she pulled for me. It was something that I was looking for anyway. I was looking for something in the gold shimmer family. And sis, you pulled that dress,
I
and
love
like you
it.
said, that dress is wearing me. You understand? I'm not wearing that dress. That dress is wearing me well. I've already pulled the shoes. All I gotta go do is get them their fishnets, and all I need is a reason to pop out and show people how I absolutely put it down. Some people get so used to me running around, with just my little hoodies, my little sweaters. I be casually fly out here. I keep it cute. But every now and again, you got to put it on them and remind them why we
Yes,
are referring to ourselves as the queen agers that we are. We're
Yes.
blessed with all this beautiful melanin. Nobody can
that's
really know.
right.
Shapeshifters, they don't really know how old we are. And then listen, I'm excited to wear that garment. Shout out to my sister Jackie. She was here at the house with me. She also purchased one of your
Yes,
garments that she absolutely loves. It fit her oh so well. She
I
got to
love
watch.
it.
She got to watch me model that dress through my own home, honey. I have long hallways where I
Yes.
practice. I have them
I
long
love
hallways. So
that.
this was working it out, even in
I
them
love
shoes,
that.
working it out. So I'm just ready, and you are absolutely going to get credit. Mimi's Closet, your new
Thank you.
clothing business, is going to absolutely get credit because we as plus or full figured women, we face challenges.
Yes,
Oftentimes when we go out and we're trying to find a garment that will wear us well, and who better than you to make sure that we are out here looking absolutely good. And that's
that's right.
GOODT, good.
I want
Okay.
all my peeps to look good. Yes, that's the message of Mimi's Closet. I always say, do whatever you want to do, but always look good while you're doing it.
I know that's right.
Perfect.
Well,
Perfect.
somebody's son gonna be hurt in their feelings when I pop out in that thing there.
Oh
I
The way
Lord.
love
I'm
it. I
fixing out
love
that
it.
thing. Okay, so
Love
thank
it.
you for sharing your fashion prowess. So I got one more question for you, Mimi.
Yes.
How do you manage to balance your life as a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous person on the runway and as an accomplished author? How do you balance that?
Oh, I do so much things. I am I'm learning to I have a lot of planners. And I'm very old school. I know we have the phone, we put everything in the phone, but I have a planner. And I write everything down on my planner. Any place where I need to be, I take notes. I have a journal. I have a journal that I just got, which I love. It first it starts off from the day that I put down everything that I'm grateful for. And then I put 5 things that I need to do today. And then I have to put 5 things that I want to do in my life. Then I have to put down a mantra for the day. Then as I go to sleep, it tells me What made you smile today? And what are you looking forward for tomorrow? You can actually
Beautiful.
get it at spiritsorter.com. It's a great journal. So I have journal, I have planners, and I have learned to take time for myself. I don't, some things I don't need to be doing everything, and everything is not, I don't have time to do everything. So I have learned to self-care. My girl Marisol, who's leaving the comments, I had a radio show when I was in college for my pie class course. It was called the Queen Mimi Radio Show, and she came on there, and I interviewed her. And one thing she said, every year she picks a word and she lives by with that word. And last year, my word was self care. So I made time to go to the spa. I made time to have my facials. I make time to put that in my planner to rest. This year, my word is work. I got to get to work. So there's certain things that I need to work on, meaning working on myself, my spirituality, which I do have in my phone. 10 o'clock it comes, Mimi's time to pray. So I could take time for that. Mimi's the scripture of the day. So I have to make, these are things that really is important to me, because I
Hmm.
am a person who likes to go, 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 go. And I'm a person all about business, 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 business. And I have got burnt out. I've made myself even sick. Some weekends I take time. That weekend is just for me. I put on Netflix and I just relax. I have a bath time. I even put that in my thing. 5 things I have to do today. That's one of my things. I'm going to take a bath. You're number one today. I have my show Unhinged. So you're
Yeah.
my one of the things I had to do today. So I tell people to get organized. Now my closet's not organized.
Girl, you're not
But
alone in that. It
I
gets a
gotta
little
work on
crazy.
that. That's one of my things that I put down every day. I gotta work on. But you in life, you need to kind of have some kind of organization, and I have definitely learned that. Because sometimes I used to just do this, do that, and it would be so chaotic. And then sometimes I will have so many events, sometimes back to back. Sometimes I have to choose which one I can do and which one I can't, because I don't want to be rushing here, rushing there. And I want to be good for my events. I want to give it my all. When I'm on that runway, I want to make sure that designer get that outfit sold, because that's how, that's my job. It's not about me. It's about her outfits. If I'm doing a part or anything, I want to make sure I know my lines. I'm making sure I'm giving everything to that role. So, and I can't do that if I'm not well
That's
rested,
right.
if I'm not feeling good, if my mind is not good. And so it's so important to have, some kind of different organization. And I'm a writer, and I write too. I love to write anything I'm feeling. Anything that I need to get down on paper, I write. I have so many different journals that's full, and I go back and I read them. I read to see, where I was at that day, or what I should have worked on that day, or what I need to work on. So I definitely love journaling. I would advise that for anybody. Also, vision boards. I love vision boards. I have vision boards everywhere. And it's okay to change them up, because sometimes things change with you.
Yes.
One thing I have on my vision board, I want this condo in New Jersey. Now, I kind of say, you know what, Mimi? I don't know. I think I want that apartment in New York now. So it's a so these are things, and this is stuff like my book was on a vision board.
Beautiful.
Everything I'm telling was on my vision board. I wake up, I had it, I visualized that. I seen it. I see me signing off the autographs to people. So I think I froze, but I'm still here.
Yep, we can still hear you.
You
No
can still hear
worries.
me? Okay. So I think definitely getting yourself organized, journaling, vision board, affirmations too. I have affirmations. I get them, I write them down, and I read them. Try to keep, I know it's so hard these days with the negativity and things that's going on in the world. So I try to feed as much as my brain with things that's positive, with loving. because I know sometimes I can be empathic and I can react to that, or I can react to someone else. And I'm trying to do more of namaste this year.
Yes. Yes, I absolutely feel you on that one there, especially with the work that I do 5 days a week. Baby, Friday they tried me. They tried the Jesus in me, girl.
Yes.
But I am grateful for my tribe, where I was able
Yes.
to just send out a message and ask my folks to just cover me in prayer, because people are scared to death.
Yes.
And I love that what you shared, the positive affirmations. Now, I am so much of an outside of the box person. I typically tend to do my morning affirmations because I'm so musical. It is the playlist that I get ready in the
I
morning
love that.
listening to. And baby, according to Chris Brown, I'm one of the baddest. How about that?
I love that. Yes.
Every
Yes.
single day I remind myself that I'm one of the baddest in the game, through the music that I'm listening to, because like you said, we're often on the go, and I'm all, I get out the bed working. It's
That's
crazy. I got
right.
my phone. Okay, I got to do this video. Did I follow up with this person? What's on deck for the day?
Yeah.
So as I'm getting ready, those affirmations are pouring into my ears, of course, depending on what's on deck for the day, because
Yeah.
sometimes, well, I'm always with the Lord. Anybody who knows me knows I pray without ceasing. But I'm grateful that He gives me that grace space where I can just remind myself that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Somebody's son is out there looking for me. How about that?
Yeah.
Somebody's son gonna find me one day. One day.
So I got to make sure I remember to exude that I'm the baddest. Okay.
That's right. I have a group, my job, we call the baddies.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just bad. Just not even
That's
trying. Just,
right.
I'm here. I know you see me.
That's
I
right.
know you see it. See, now that's one of my jams as well. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Anyway, y'all going to the 90s R&B, 2000 and all that. You're going to find some of my self-affirming music. So before we transition the conversation, I got to ask you my crazy question of the day.
Go ahead.
Karen, don't look at me in that tone of voice now, because this one is a little bit more normal than usual.
I just looked
Okay.
away. I looked away. That's all.
I
We put this in the rider, right? We put this in the disclaimers. You may or may not get a crazy question of the day. Hold on tight. Okay.
Hold, buckle up, Buttercup. Here we come. No, but today's question is pretty fair game, and
Okay.
it's pretty sensible. Being that I know I wasn't the only one resting up this weekend watching the wind blow, and I was just waiting for Toto and Dorothy and them to come flying by my window in all of these here wind gusts, because I know I live in Jersey, not Kansas. You heard? So this is a question for both of you. It's a little bit of trivia, actually, a little adult trivia. Okay. See, I told you I was trying to do better in the year 2025. So this, I got to give credit where credit is due. This actually stemmed from a conversation I had with my work bestie, Miss Sue Stussy. Thank you for always contributing content to the show, Sue. But today's question, do y'all know what Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, what her last name was?
Never I don't think. I'm gonna be quiet. Let the guests test it out.
She didn't have a last name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it's because I played her actually in a play when I was younger. I played Dorothy.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this question was appropriate for tonight. A little bit of tilted trivia on this evening.
Yeah, it's gonna make me want to like Google.
Well, Karen is already. If you didn't hear her clickety clack clack click.
Listen, I got nothing because Judy Garland is what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, because that's who played Dorothy.
I was like, well, of course, I have to be who I am, and my initial response was her name McKecker. What was her last name? Do y'all realize that Dorothy's last name was Gale, like Gale Force Wind.
Dorothy Gale.
Gale. Yes.
Was that in the movie?
Actually, no, it wasn't. But the thing was that I was intrigued that my friend actually knew that it was a short name. She couldn't call it because, again, we got a little bit of this brain fog going as women of a certain age. But of course, I was able to find it on the Googleations, and I found it quite quickly that her last name was actually Gale.
Dorothy Gale.
Dorothy
I like.
Gale.
Okay.
I guess it makes sense. It was a fictitious character, so they had to give her a fictitious name. And again, Gale Force Winds, whatever. It's it's relative.
That makes sense.
It made perfect sense to me once I got that little piece, that little answer from myself.
Yeah.
So now you can go ahead and use that as a conversation
I'm going to use that tomorrow.
Yes, because a lot of people don't know that. I was today years old when I found that out myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Because
I never thought of Dorothy like that. Dorothy like Madonna.
Yeah, one name.
Yeah, she was Dorothy.
One name celebrity. That's right.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
We went back in time and, helped us out by taking out the Wicked Witch. You know what I'm saying? She had to go through some trials and tribulations, but now we understand that she had a life insurance policy somewhere with her full government name on it.
Full government.
Okay.
All right now. All right,
with
Dorothy Gale.
Dorothy Gale. And I hope, none
that.
of you all experienced any inconveniences, loss of power, or damage to your property in these gale force winds that we actually just went through this past weekend. So before we go ahead and segue into our musical break, I've got to ask you to please share, Queen, with our viewers and our listeners how they can connect with you, whether it's to connect with them to be a speaker and share with so many others about your book project, or how they could possibly connect with you to book you to slay and burn down their runway, their publication that they're doing where you're wearing their fabulous garments and things like that.
Yes, you can book me for anything. You can book Mimi's Closet as a vendor, or let me know. I would come out as a vendor. If you need a fashion model, if you want me to come read to the kids, I really want to do more of that. I really want to get into schools as well, which I'm working on, because that's one of my things too, is to get in to educate, the kids in school to read more, because I love to read and I love to actually touch the book and touch the pages and smell the pages. I'm so old school, but I love it. So you can find the book on Amazon. Let's go Amazon.com, Mimi's Closet Children's Book, Barnes & Nobles, wherever books are sold online. Just put Mimi's Closet Children's Book and you can get it. If you do purchase the book, please leave a review. I want to know how much you loved it or something maybe you didn't love. I would love a review. Also, I have an event coming up May 3rd. NEPA Fashion Week is going to be in Wilkes-Barre. I'm actually going to be showcasing Mimi's Closet on the runway. And I'm being honored as an icon, a Model of the Year award.
Yeah.
So, yes. But, so, and how you can find out. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And how you can go on my page, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't tweet. So no Twitter. I don't really like to tweet. And that's by my government name, Naleema Ross, Nalema Ross, or you can also find Instagram Mimi's Closet or Mimi's Closet on Facebook. So, and you can always just hit me up, message me, even if you have questions. I mean, I have friends from high school. They wanted to know how did I get started, my journey. I have no problem doing that. I'm a person who pays for it. It's everybody can live, everybody can eat, everybody can have a book. Whatever you like, whatever you want to do, even if it's about modeling, I'm here. I'm here for whoever. I don't bite sometimes.
Unless you ask her to, y'all.
Well,
Love
yeah,
it.
unless you pay me.
That girl, that's the whole Unhinged After Dark. That's Unhinged After
That's
Dark.
Unhinged at the
Okay?
Dock.
Different
So
show.
yes,
Different show.
yes, yes.
Different
But
show.
I want to say thank you so much to Nikita and Karen. This meant so much to for you to have me on the show. I was like a little kid. I even picked out, I had a dress on today. This is from Tarjay, Mimi's Closet, Soul Collective Collection. She's actually a black designer who has a collection in Target.
Love it.
So I just like, I had my hair, my throat. I was just so enthused to be coming on your show. And I'm so grateful for y'all to have me on the show. I really am. And everybody who tuned in, who left comments, thank you so much. Everything, any little, I'm just so happy. I really am.
And we are absolutely grateful that you blessed us with
Yes.
your presence on tonight. Your energy is contagious, absolutely
I can't
contagious.
help it. I wake up like this.
Girl, she woke up like
Yeah, you
this.
told me that you was like,
Hey.
I'm like Lady Gaga song. I was born this way.
Yes.
I was.
Well,
All
you
of
keep
it.
all that fabulosity going, Mimi. We are
Thank you.
always here for it. And guess what? I got a little secret for you.
What?
Unhinged Live gonna be in the building too at Napa. All right. Shout out to King Elijah Daquan and the entire creative crew for Napa Fashion Week. We all do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that
Yes.
is one thing that I love about our collective here in the Valley, how
Yes.
so many of us rally around one another to make sure that we continue to build successfully and climb higher, higher, higher. We are
Yes.
not gatekeepers here. We are watch towers.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that. I'm so happy. And shout out to Elijah who started it. I met him from, as I said, from modeling. And it's funny how so many people, like you said, you meet and we build and we build on, we keep going. And that's what I want. And that's what I want in a community for us. Like I said, everybody has a chance to do what they want to make it. It's the universe is never ending, and it's for
Yes.
all of us. And also Mimi's Closet, I'm working on to get her in on the state on the what you call it Netflix too. I want to show Mimi's
Nice.
Closet.
Yes. And
Mimi's
we
Closet. There's a
stand
lot. That's always gonna be a lot of Mimi around you, honey.
All
we
right
stand in
now.
agreement with you on that
Yes.
thing right there because we
Much
need
success.
that many more images of Black women
We
out
do.
Yes.
there, especially for our young ladies to know that, as you made mention, the only limits there are the ones that we place on ourselves.
On
And if we
ourselves.
serve a big God, that
Yes.
means we have access to every single
Everything. And
thing.
he wants us to have access and to live big. That's what he wants. That's what he wants from us. I think people got to think that's what he wants. He wants us to show that joy. He wants, because that's coming. We're bringing that from him to people.
Yes, yes,
And I try to
absolutely.
show that. I mean, it took me a while, to be honest, to get there. It really did. But you know what? Now that I'm here, I'm living my best life.
You better. I know that's right. So thank you again, Queen Mimi, for joining us. And thank you for those of you who are tuned in.
Yes.
We are Unhinged Live. So I got to go ahead and toss the mic back on over to my girlfriend as she switches her hats and we get into a little bit of the wiki with this week's musical break. Go ahead, DJ Cash.
Listen, y'all know I love switching hats over here. Why? Because we're keeping the vibe going and making sure you get a taste of Joy Tsunami in everything that we do. Today, as always, we are featuring artists that are out here doing the thing with positive messages, right? And lifting up greatness. So we are playing a track from Danielle Speaks, No one better. And so as we set this up, we're just excited to be able to share with all of you. If you've got music that you want us to share, reach out to us. Make sure you are sending the music to us. Why? Because it's the only time I get to put on my headphones and act like I'm behind the turntable. You know, we gonna get loud, and the husband gonna be like, "What is going on that show? That don't matter as long as you stay outside." All of the fun. So here we go with Danielle Speaks. No one better.
I am just so glad I got you. You on my life. No, I can't lose. This ain't a game. You know my name. Came in my life. Another thing. You are my rock. You are the king. Even when my skies are blue, when the waves they start to roll, and I just give it all to you. And yes, it's true. You keep me sounding like it makes no sense. I wish I didn't have to fall. I get back up and I replay. Sometimes I get so weak. I'm so glad with you. You are my strength. I'm surrounded by your love. I know with you I just can't miss. No question, I'm with you. When I'm in the booth, and even when I sleep, I'm dreaming about you. And when I'm in the streets, I take you with me because it's personal. Yeah, it's personal. Hey, you want better, you want better. You want better for me. No one better than Jesus. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. You want better for me. No one better than Jesus. This is why I do the things I do. No one does me better. No one quite like you. You give me purpose, God, you own it. Many perpetrators want it. Even though you got it, you don't flaunt it. Though you own it. Did I mention you're the king? About my father's business, I don't worry about a thing. Time it waits for no man, so I guess I'm gonna bring through all my pains and strife. You are perfect in my life. No one like you, yeah. No one else like Jesus, yeah. Lord, it's your breath in my lungs. I give it all to you. No one does me better, Jesus. No one quite like you. It's you who gives me purpose, so just let the heavens sing. Lord, there's no one like you, so just let my praises ring. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me. No one better than Jesus. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me. No one better than Jesus. I don't make the best decisions. I'm not perfect, Lord, like you. So glad you give me grace. So happy I know you. If you ever leave me, I don't know what I would do. It's true, I need you. It's true, I need you. I need you. It's true, I need you. It's true, I need you. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me. No one better than Jesus. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me. No one better than Jesus. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me. No one, no one. You want better for me. You hold my heart the key. No one better for me.
That's nice.
That was an
That
entire
was
vibe.
nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned in to Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, and I'm sitting alongside my very good girlfriend, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. And I'm sure you all noticed that our lovely guest, Queen Mimi, decided to stick it out with us a little bit longer on tonight. So
Well,
thank
yeah,
you.
I wanted to hear the song. It was lovely. It was lovely. But I do gotta go though. I
Yes,
do gotta go.
ma'am.
No, but I wanted that was just it was beautiful. I was getting into the vibe. I love the song. The music is great.
Yes.
So yeah, I like
That's
that y'all
one of our
do that.
cousins,
That
our
y'all
play
get little
cousins to the show.
artists out. I love that. But I am gotta go now. So and I want to thank hi Elijah. Love you, love you, love you, love you. But thank you again for having me. And y'all have a great night. Have a blessed night. And we're gonna see each other soon. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna see you in about 2-3 weeks. You already
Yeah,
know.
you're gonna see. Yes, yes. And Karen, I can't wait to meet you. And I'm gonna style you.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say you need style, but I'm just gonna give the Mimi effect.
Yeah. Put
That's
that
what it's
glitter.
called, the
Put
Mimi
that
effect.
glitter on her, girl. Yes.
Okay.
She here for it, as you see. Look at her.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Queen Mimi.
Good
Thank
night.
you again. So you all, wasn't that amazing, Karen? Yeah, I think you muted, baby girl. I can't even hear you right now.
You know what? It's all of the things. I promise I was over here extra just vibing. Cause wasn't this a whole vibe, this first portion of the show, right?
Yes,
And
it
everything
was.
just kind of swung right into it. We were celebrating Magic coming out, and then we celebrate Mimi's Closet, and then we make mention of the next meetup. We see our nephew Alaji in the comments as we big up in the work that he is doing out there, right? And so super excited. We're not rushing, right? We're not rushing the calendar, but we're excited about NEPA and what's going to be going on in just a few short months, right? So
Yeah, that's about
shout out
around
to
the
you.
corner. We're gonna blink and it's gonna be here.
Hey,
And we gonna be in the building.
in the
So
building.
check it out. I'm looking at the clock and we're gonna do this one expeditiously. Thank God I only wrote down one thing this week. So hold on, let me do this real quick. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What's really going on?
Hey,
What's really going
what's
on?
really going?
What's really going on?
What's really going
What's
on?
really going
What's
on?
really going on?
Conversations with halos is kind of tilted. Foundation is strong because Jehovah built it.
Come on.
Spirit and positive energy. Questions asked must
Hey,
be like you're talking with family. Oh, wait a minute. That's the
hey.
live part I was doing. My bad.
Listen, shout out to Brother Bliv. He keep us rocking, literally. How about that? All right.
I just felt that because
I
I
felt
feel
it.
like I'm about to float up out my chair on
I
tonight,
did. I
Karen.
felt it.
But
Are you?
look, yeah. Well,
Well,
not
you
no.
might be the only thing in flight, but we gonna, we gonna dig into it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. Is it or is it a plane falling out the sky? Can we have a conversation, Karen?
Now, can we get into it? What's really going on?
What's really going on? That's right, Lyle. Let it put it in the air, baby. Put it in the air. What's really going on? So check it out.
Hey,
We already know where we are at this point in time
do.
since
do.
the current administration took office. There's been a whole lot of changes going on, and with those changes that have been implemented, we find ourselves suddenly counting more often than we are accustomed, counting the amount of planes, helicopters, and things that have been falling up out this here sky, this big blue sky, this gray sky, this sunset tinted sky that God has placed above us. And
Yes.
I have been questioning for quite some time what's really going on. Now, I have a tendency to pay very close attention to things that are going on with frequency simply because of the way I hear that train the choir director's ear doused in all the prayer and waiting to hear from God. kind of noticed things well ahead of time, and before people notice in mass. And I had a conversation, Karen, with the general herself, prophetess Kelly Dixon Reed. And
Okay.
I reached out to her to make sure I let her know what I had noticed. And this was right, in the period just before the inauguration this year.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And what I had noticed was every single time I got into my car coming from my evening gig, there were quite a few times where I discovered that my Bluetooth was disconnected from my phone, where I get in the car, boom, my music come on. I ain't got time to be sitting there pushing buttons and things like that. I have it set up. And it's a huge annoyance for me to have to go ahead and repair my phone to my car. I took time to take notice of when it was happening, what was around me when it was happening. And I noticed that it was a whole lot of emergency service vehicles that was causing my Bluetooth to disconnect. So of course, your girl, there's a why in Tilted Halo, because I have questions. So I let my fingers do the walking, especially again, since we were in that pre-inauguration season of life.
Right.
And I ran into some information about scramblers. And if any of you all pay attention to what's going on in the spiritual world, in the world of the prophetic, you may have heard several of the prophetic voices that are out here in these streets talk about the importance of making sure you have alternative methods of communication, because they finna start messing with the frequencies and the signals with which we communicate. Mm-hmm. So I, of course, using wisdom, I called and marked it with the prophet. So should some things begin to come to pass, I would know that I was absolutely hearing from God in the stillness, as I make every effort to do myself to stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. So for quite some time, I've been looking for alternate means of communication. I discovered in my research that every single presidential car brigade, what is it called? The technical word for it, but anyways, it's escaping me right now because y'all know I'm a Queen Angel. Y'all see my silver streaks. We're gonna take them down. Anyway, mind your business. I'm trying to help you out here.
Right. They ain't on task.
They have a car in every single motorcade. That's it.
Yes.
That is specifically equipped to scramble signals whenever the motorcade is going through. And we know that is a security measure that they put in place as the detail does their best to keep the president and the dignitary safe as they're traveling between destinations. So, of course, I went a little bit deeper, discovered mileage from where I was with certain golf courses named after the current sitting president and things, to try and figure out what was going on so that I can even give information to my adult children on what to do when you can't use your cell phone anymore. So fast forward, we got the helicopter going down and running basically nose first into a plane down over the Potomac River.
Right.
And, that gave quite a few of us pause when that first happened, because we don't recall anything happening like that in that area of secured airspace in a long time.
Very long.
So, of course, now we see a lot more planes falling out the sky. And, I had a night of panic myself because my oldest daughter and my grandchildren live in Philly. And, you already know, you got your babies down there too. So when the plane went down in Philly, I was out there. I was outside actually cutting me a rug because, I like that as a form of exercise. But I really couldn't get my boogie on the way I wanted to.
Right.
Because I hadn't heard from my oldest daughter.
Right.
So, Karen, I kind of want to ask you to share your thoughts on what's really going on. Does this have anything to do with the amount of people that they went ahead and released from their position in the FAA? What's really going on, Karen? Help me unpack this, sis.
So it's a lot of things, right? Because we got the natural and the spiritual with this. And the spiritual, we've been hearing that this was what 2025 was like, how 2025 is going to start. It's going to start with a bang, like literally start with a bang with things falling out the sky. But there's also some things that's going on in the natural as well, right? So many of us, when we talk about staying ready so you ain't got to get ready, it's literally, you know, the folks that's trying to find the good snacks today before the storm. You probably you're gonna be hard pressed to get the things that you need. And so, you know, one of the lessons that I got also from Prophetess, because that's my prophet, you know, y'all claim who y'all want to claim,
Mine too. We share
was
well.
what that part, listen, was being mindful on how to prepare, right? Because it's more than just cell phones and cell towers. We seen this stuff on the movies, and I'm still gonna say it. We only getting snow down here because somebody got the weather machine and they is unsupervised. This is not a conspiracy theory to me. This is something that really happens. We've watched the television shows, right? And you can name them. They ain't paying us, so we ain't naming them here. But you done watched all of the shows that say, here are little snippets of what might be really going on. And we thought it was entertainment until it wasn't, right? So I got family in Philly, you know, got son and 2 grandchildren in the Philly area. And it's like, where y'all at? Because, you know, they naming streets, like real streets. The streets around the airport are called Airport Boulevard. So when you start naming Cotman Ave and other, them, first of
Yeah,
all, them is hood streets. What we doing? Hey, we not prepared in the hood to be for no plane to be falling out the sky. Then we see the reports from another airline that the plane landed and then tipped over to the side. Now, many of y'all who like to unbuckle before we all get all the way to the end, this is a lesson to you. Stay buckle up. We'll get more into that in our flexes of purpose. However, it's a reminder for all of us that as we see these things happening that were foretold, one, the gift of prophecy and the position and station of prophecy ain't nothing to play with. And some of us out, some of y'all, it ain't me. Some of y'all out here playing with this like it's a game. This is our lives, right? And so while they in it, you know, challenge by choice. If you feel like the Lord has giving you the discernment that that flight is going to be okay, then proceed as you need, right? But if you have any inkling of caution, your spidey senses, your spirit of discernment, whatever you call it, Holy Spirit directing you, then stay your tail on the ground. But here's one of the things that we also learned, Keita, that when that plane fall out the sky into a residential neighborhood, are we safe in our neighborhoods either? So it's a lot of stuff going on. And the biggest thing, as you talk about having the devices to be able to communicate with one another, listen, community and connection will always be a resolution for many problems, right? You need sugar, you gonna go to your neighbor. You need salt, you're gonna go to your neighbor. Some of y'all gonna need fire, smoke, and bread and toast. We don't know what it is, but make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do on your side to be prepared. Yeah,
mhm.
it's a lot going on.
It's a
I
lot
know.
going on. And you know, I know once I was able to talk to my oldest princess, um, she remembered that I had started talking with her about frequencies before. Because she is also a creative person. And I'm grateful that she listening to her mama at her big age. Um, but you know, I made a suggestion, and I don't mind sharing that suggestion with those of you in the listening audience or who are willing to take heed. Y'all got to get ready in the event that we don't have cell phone towers and connectivity. And my first step was, even with the two-way radios that have been recommended time and time again in this preseason of America 47 2025. Listen, I actually had the opportunity to test out something that one of my suggestions. I was able to call someone through my laptop without the use of Wi-Fi. Y'all know I'm sitting right here where I pay all my own bills, broadcasting. and I have a hard wire connected to my modem for optimal broadcasting conditions. So Holy Spirit just said, "Girl, you can call somebody through your phone, through your laptop." There are so many different mechanisms in place. I have Google Meet. I have Google Voice. Yes, I do have a designated Google telephone number. And I even made the brave step of getting Whatnot. Y'all know I don't care for Whatnot, but I recognize that it absolutely serves a purpose when I need to do communication in mass with maybe moving a video along, or maybe a large document that the other platforms don't have the capacity to process. But y'all get ready, get ready, get ready, so you ain't caught slipping without an ulterior plan. Some of us might even remember how to use Morse code. I mean, because we come from that generation. What if we don't have the lights to see? Can you look up at the sky and tell which direction you are heading? You know, I actually had someone try to tell me that that was out of Christian order. And I was like, oh, poor little tink tink, what's wrong with you? You clearly have no knowledge of military training or strategy, because we got how many armed forces here
That part.
protecting and serving this nation? Baby, every last one of them is trained on how to use a compass and
Yes.
how to follow the sky. The rising of the sun, it rises in the same place every day, y'all, and it sets in the same place every day. If you know that, you know you're going to head east or west. Just follow the sun, okay? Some of us are smart. We can look at the leaves and we can tell where we are just by
Right.
looking at leaves on trees. We can look at leaves on trees and tell when it's getting ready to rain, because they tend to turn upwards to let you know that it's getting ready to rain. Yeah, I'm a whole nature watcher, watcher, because that is one of the favorite places I find myself communing with God, when I am outside. You know, I'm a beachhead. You know, I'm subject to be found walking on some beautiful foot trail, walking in the warmer months. And yes, I like to hike as well. Yeah, you all already know Black girls hike too. So I'll be outside, y'all. And I look forward to getting the information directly from the foot of the throne. So do your due diligence as you not only prepare for yourself and your families. Make sure you are sharing this information and whatever you discover. Realrap.com. I know how to make bread 3 different kind of ways. I know how to make bread without water. Yes, I actually do know how to make bread without water. I know how to make bread without eggs. And I know how to make bread without milk, because some of those days on the struggle bus, we still had to eat. So I had to go into the kitchen and figure out how to make sure that our belly stayed full and we ate good quality food. That's how I became such a food snob, y'all. The struggle bus taught me some things that will carry me through. So in the event that my electric stove doesn't work, I have actually 2 different types of grills in my backyard and a big old bag of charcoal. And if you know how to use what's in your kitchen, these convenience items, many of them, Karen, I believe have crippled us from the old time way. If you know what the scriptures say, and you know how the children of Israel was eating all them years that they was wandering in the desert before they got to the promised land, they roasted everything. So I went on in my kitchen and made sure I learned how to use them old school tools in my kitchen. And you know what I discovered? I could bake bread on my grill by simply using the inner part of my crock pot and just sitting it on the grill. Right? It's already heat and flame resistant.
It is.
And typically on the grill, it's steady. So that bread is going to bake steadily when I don't have electricity to cook in my oven. So y'all go ahead and get resourceful. As I was sharing with a friend this past weekend, listen, things are going to get tight, but we've been here before. So all we need to do is adapt And make sure, again, as we mentioned early in the show, we do not become gatekeepers to one another, but we become watchtowers. Y'all already know what the theme is this season of Unhinged Live. We are all about community and uplifting and supporting one another in every way we possibly can. And Karen, I'm so grateful that we have this platform where we can openly and actively share information as it comes to us. We can share it with those of you in the viewing audience. All right. And okay.
And
So I'm just looking at the hour, and you know I'm greedy, Karen.
I know.
You know I'm greedy. I look forward to this section, this segment every single week, because like Naleema just left all her glitter dust all on us on this evening. You leave glitter dust on us every single week, Karen, and for that I am absolutely grateful. So y'all, guess what? It's time to get ready to receive an on-time ready world as we receive this hefty meal of nourishment for our soul from none other than our in-house master life coach, Mrs. Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC. Coach Cash.
Hey, listen, we're gonna get right into it because Tilted already been kind of in my back pocket a little bit, but it's on my spirit to continue and talk a little bit differently, right? So the title, because you know we always come with a title, diversify your resources. When we're talking about diversify your resources, I'm specifically thinking about those that have recently lost their job, had threats of losing their job, and now they're trying to figure out, what am I doing? Because I don't got no emergency fund. It's the beginning of the year, so I done spent all of last year's money last year, and now I'm trying to rebuild. I want to remind you that there's a couple of things that I know we're taught to do, and that is get and keep some cash on hand. I know people say that's not safe. Listen, it's safer than when all of the internets and everything roll out, because we're talking about different ways of communication, but there's preparation that also needs to happen in other areas of our life. You know for sure we gonna eat, right? Big Bag Nation, where we at? We gonna eat. So we ain't got to worry about that, right? We gonna do the big bag snacking, all of those things. But how do you prepare yourself and the people around you? See, if you keep to your assignment of making sure the people around you are prepared, it's not just because of disaster. Many of us are going through job changes. We're going through changes of policies in our offices, and now we're trying to figure out, like, what's the latest thing that we need to know to make sure we're staying on the right side of what. Now I'm gonna ask you, what's the right side? Because just because it's the side that the boss says it's on does not necessarily mean it's the right side for you. So some of y'all gonna have to make sure you preparing to have that resignation letter, so when they come in at you, you now get your assignment to say, and now it's time to leave that job. Oh, I felt that one right there. For some of you to understand that it's not just the preparation of the water and the purifier and the communication with our family, but it's also, what is your assignment in this time? We cannot cut everybody off, right? We're going to be talking about the boycotts and the financial things that we could do to resist some of this stuff that's going on, and let people know the power is in not just your pocket and the dollar you have, but the power is also in the decisions that you make daily, where you eat, where you sleep, where you work, and what you allow in your spaces. Some people are going to walk away from jobs, and I feel it prophetically, are going to walk away from jobs because there's no security there, and not everybody is going to wait for it, right? So build up that emergency fund. You know, we keep connection with our financial planners, Second Story Wealth, and Nicole Camille, and her coming now, I can't remember her last name, but y'all know, and we're going to share things so that you have Carton, so that you have you are equipped with what it is that you need, right? So when we think about Joseph and the dreams that he interpreted, where it was like, you're going to have 7 years of this and 7 years of that. How do you prepare for the years of scarcity? Making sure you are not hoarding, but that you are building up what is needed. Take what you need for your family. That means business. If you need to move more creatively, do that. If you need to diminish some things and divorce your W-2, oh, glory, I felt that. Some of us need to divorce our W-2 so that we can go and be pitted on assignment, right? Catapulted into our destiny. God is looking to do that for us, but we got to remember what? Make sure that we are diversifying our resources. We heard Queen Nene say, it took somebody just saying, wow, this is great. What you already are doing is enough. And then with the encouragement of somebody else, you can expand on the corner that you just taken up, that one little bitty corner. And now the whole world is globally changed and everybody is going to be more fashionable because now we're in Mimi's closet and Mimi cannot wait to be fitted and styled from Mimi's closet. Make sure you're creating something in your life that as you're diversifying your resources, that it's going to feed you, it's going to build you and fortify you right where you are. That's the whole purpose of our Reflections of Purpose, to remind you there's purpose in you. And even though it seems bleak, when you're looking through somebody else's glasses, honey, put on those rose-colored glasses and glitter yourself all around. So that and this is one of the plays that I love. Listen, it's an August Wilson play, Jim of the Ocean. And one of the characters, Sally Two Kings, I think is, and he said, they gonna know I was here. Listen, if they only gonna know you here because of the glitter you left behind, you better get them enough glitter that it get all over the place in their mouth. Make sure they don't choke on it, but leave that glitter everywhere. Leave that joy tsunami everywhere you go. And don't you dare let anybody steal the joy that is specifically for you. Diversify your resources. We here for it. Connect with both of us if you're trying to figure out what that looks like for you. We are actual real life coaches. We help people figure out the muddy stuff so that you can see your path clear and make sure you are getting to the destination. Why? Y'all know how I'm going to end it? Because I'm here for the cake. I need you to know. We can't get to the cake until you get to the destination. We pray for your, not the fork. Lord,
I'm ready for my cake, girl.
Lord have mercy. That's your Reflections of Purpose. I'm going to turn it back to Tilton because she got her fork already. I don't even know where to go from there now.
I stay ready for the cake too, sis. As you see, I'm armed and ready tonight because I expect a hefty chunk to come my way. As a return for some of the glitter that I've been sprinkling hither, to, and fro. So thank you, Karen, for that very, very inspirational word of encouragement on tonight. So listen, I'm looking at the time.
Yes.
It's time for us to go, sis.
Yeah.
It's time for us to go. Time just be flying when you're having fun, but y'all know I got to give y'all that just be outro.
Yes.
So tonight, I've just got to encourage you all to continue to just be you. They'll adjust because you was kind. You was smart. You was important. You was healthy. You was worthy. You are fantastic. You are powerful beyond your wildest imagination. You are glitter. You are loved. You are impactful. You are everything and more. So just continue to be you. Like I said, they'll adjust. It's your girl, Tilta Halo, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Coach Cash, Karen Sims Harrell of Twisted Threads LLC, and sister friend.
Yes.
I hate to say it again this week, but we're going to be back next week with another barn burner.
Woo, woo, woo.
It's a wrap. The show was over. The show was over. Bye. The show was over. The show was over. The show was over. Bye. The show was over. Hey. The show was over. See y'all next week. Hey, I'm vibing.